Hi there. My name is Shannon Metzger, and I am one of the founding representatives and members of Targeted Skin. Thank you for taking a few moments to review this call. You guys are probably wondering what in the world this crazy company is called Targeted Skin that you've been hearing about through the person that sent you this video. So, what I'd like to do is take a little bit of your time and walk through a few things about the company and the science behind the testing, the products, and how innovative they are, and how to get started. So let's get started here. Again, like I said, my name is Shannon, and I am one of the founding members of Targeted Skin. And really, for the last about 12 years or so, I would have to say, I know I look so young, but, I have been a self proclaimed product junkie. And believe it or not, I've not always been that way. For most of my life, I really haven't, taken the greatest care of my skin personally. And I was really grew up very much a tomboy. And so I didn't use very many products. I didn't wear much makeup. And I was a very, very serious volleyball player. All I cared about was being on the court and being able to play my sport, really. And so I remember the one day my best friend looked at me and she was like, "We need to get you using some eye cream." And I thought, oh Lord, oh my gosh, my skin, it's probably needing some help. So I realized it was time for me to get in gear and really to start taking better care of my skin. And so I'm a born and raised Phoenician. And as you guys know, here in Phoenix, it is pretty much sunny 365 days a year, which is so much fun. Not really. But I then started to try and use anything and everything I really could get my hands on. And what ended up happening was I would find myself having a cabinet full of product and half-used product, especially. So, I would try something and it would either not work all that great, or I just didn't really have a draw to it. There's no attachment, no really reason for me to be using that particular product. And so, having Targeted Skin has been such a lifesaver to me. My background stems from the last 4 years working in the genetics testing space and laboratory testing space, more specifically in medication genetics and how that correlates to your metabolization of medications. But really, this idea of Targeted Skin was brought to me, and it just gave me that opportunity to marry my passion for genetics and my love for products, and to bring those two together. So really, it was the best of both worlds. I want to tell you a little bit about our owners and the three gentlemen that actually created this company, along with myself and definitely a few others that were very instrumental. But these three guys are wonderful. Ryan, Chris, and Dan. They are serial entrepreneurs. They've been in the lab testing and genetic space for many, many years. And combined between them and their teams, they've done over 100,000, okay, guys, 100,000 genetic tests. And that is within overall skincare, that is within medications, that's with cancer screenings. I mean, you name it. There's so much personalization out there with medicine right now, and with just overall, the healthcare industry. And so this genetic space, this space of genetic testing has really been our wheelhouse and specialty. So we didn't just, poof out of the air decide to create this company. It really has been something we've had a strong presence in for quite some time. So Targeted Skin. So let's talk a little bit about where this all was derived from. And it really began with this desire to personalize the skincare experience. We all know that feeling of when you go to a Sephora or an Ulta or even, Nordstrom's or wherever you buy your esthetician's office, there are just products after products after products. And you're like, how do I really, unless you sit there and you read and you research every single little ingredient and back of the box for the product, how are you going to really know what is good for you? And it's just really a confusing, crowded, saturated space. And so our approach was to really create a better, more sophisticated, more educated way of overall skin health and making those decisions. So really taking the guesswork out of selecting the right products that work for you. And all in all, saving you time, money, and giving you the confidence that you deserve. So a little bit about how this process works and like what is the process. So okay, great. So you talk about genetics, you talk about amazing products, but really how does it work and what is it all about? So it truly is a one-time test, and think of it as almost going to get your blood drawn, and maybe levels of your blood, or differentiators in your blood can change. But what stays constant is your blood type. And that's because your blood type comes from your genetics. So this is a one-time test. You only have to do it once, and that information is for life. What we do is we use these wonderful little kits here. They're so cute. But we take a swab of your cheek. Everything is inside this kit. You actually ship it back to our lab with inside this kit too as well. But we take a swab of your cheeks on the inside and then ship it back to our lab, which we own fully. It does not go anywhere else. It goes directly to our space, our lab. We own that outright. And there's, like I said, I mentioned a prepaid label that's inside there. Within about 10 business days, you're going to receive your results, and those will be shipped to your home, the address that you list on the survey that's inside this kit here. And then almost immediately after your results are shipped to you and your report is mailed to you, then your products that are prescribed to you will be then shipped directly to your home as well. Again, very simple, taking the guesswork out of it. You don't even really have to think about what you need. So let's talk about the test a little bit and the actual report. I want to review a little bit about this, and I'm going to show you an actual example of it. But in this testing and in this report, we look at 15 different SNPs, which SNPs are variants in your genes. So there's in your genome sequence, there's 15 different SNPs that relate to overall skin health. And those 15 SNPs then correlate to 5 different categories. The 5 different categories are firmness and elasticity, sun damage and pigmentation, sensitivity, free radical damage, which is basically your body's ability or inability to defend against outside environmental toxins or pollutants, and then glycation, which glycation are those heavy crepe-like wrinkles that can be shown, in your forehead or, neckline and certain things like that. So in each one of these 5 categories, then we categorize you into a high, medium, or low risk profile based upon which percentage you fall in from your testing of your different genetic markers. And then we use our proprietary algorithms to then decipher which products to pair you with. There's over, I think, 60 different potential kit outcome and combinations that can come from that simple swab cheek of the mouth that we did. So what's really fascinating, I think, about this is that your skin is an organ, and in fact, it's your largest organ. And so now you have the ability to run a test and see what products you need to fight against aging versus just guessing. So it's quite phenomenal. So as I mentioned a little bit about the products, as much as our DNA testing is our differentiating factor, it's what makes us very, very unique and special. I'm very proud of the quality and integrity of our products, these guys right here. They are all derived from either a natural source, a natural ingredient. We source organic ingredients whenever possible. They're free from parabens and phthalates, which parabens are preservatives and additives, so they can mimic estrogen and are known to cause different cancers, maybe some reproductive issues too as well. And then the phthalates are any synthetic fragrances. So any type of scents or smells, for instance, this cleanser here, Reviving Mint Cleanser, this one here, any of the minty smells that you smell come from like a spearmint or a peppermint smell. And so you're not going to get any kind of synthetic fragrances that are man-made, for instance. They're all derived from that natural ingredient. 19 out of 21 of the products are gluten-free. And the 2 that are not are our brightening citrus cleanser and our balancing toner, just so you guys could know that. And something I like to point out is that our products are, of course, never tested on animals, and they are all made here in the United States. So let's take a look quickly at I want to just show you guys really quick, and then we will move forward. I would like to show y'all a copy of the report. So if I can figure out how to work this system here, so give me a second. Here we go. I talked about the testing itself and the products, and so I want to show you how that all comes together. So as you see here, one of the first categories is shown firmness and elasticity. So what you're going to see is how you rank in that particular category, your percentage, and sort of how you rank within your ethnicity there. But then it's also going to show you in the sliding scale. So visible signs of what firmness and elasticity is, the 2 gene profiles that we test that correlate to that particular category. And then what's even more fascinating is the fact that down here, you are armed and dangerous to go in and talk with your esthetician and really have some solid information about, okay, I'm high risk in this area. I would really feel comfortable now being able to spend some money on an LED light therapy or a certain type of peel or doing certain type of fillers. I know my money's not going to go to waste because it is warranted because I'm a high risk in that category. So it goes down all the way through sunspotting and pigmentation. And again, you're going to have in each one, you're going to have your risk profile, visible signs, your percentage, and how you rank in that, whether it's high, medium, or low, here too as well. And then the genes that we test that correlate, well, these aren't the specific gene names, but this is what they relate to. And then professional treatments again. So you'll see your free radical damage, your sensitivity, as well as your glycation factor. Now, in here, we don't actually pair products with glycation because this is a very unique and interesting area of focus. If you have glycation, obviously it's the heavy crepe-like wrinkling. Any of our anti-aging products would be wonderful for this category, but it also has an internal factor too as well. And if you'll notice down here in professional treatments, it's not all just about external combating of, just through products or treatments. If you notice in here, low sugar diet, if you had happened to be high risk in this category, you'd want to also take into consideration a low sugar diet to help aiding in that glycation factor. So this last page here will give you some information on our gene tables. So each category and what's tested in each category. And then back in the back page, this is your personalized skin regimen. All 5 products, no matter what, we'll talk about here in a moment whether or not you get the 3 or 5 product kit, or if you want to order the 3 or 5 product kit. But regardless, if you order the 3 or 5, this page is going to have all 5 that correlate to your genetics and which products were beneficial to you, okay? So remember that, and then we'll come back to that screen here in just a moment. So, hi guys, back to me. So let's talk a little bit about how to get started. There are 3 options on signing up with our company. One is a retail customer, and that is just plain and simple. It's a very basic explanation. You just sign up and you either get your DNA test, 3 or 5 products, or you order some products, and there's no reorder requirements or anything along those lines, no discounts or whatnot. The preferred customer program is very unique, and that is where you get 10% off of products after your initial order and free shipping over with any $75 or more auto ship order. So again, that 10% off discount is quite nice. And then there's also the opportunity to become a brand representative. If you love our products and you want to share and possibly make some money in the meantime, we'd love to tell you a little bit more about that. But the pricing then is quite unique, and I think it's very favorable. Like I said, I've been in this genetic testing space for quite some time, and genetic testing, as we all know, can be expensive. And I want to just ease your guys' minds and bring it down a little bit that this is not all that expensive. I know some companies who do their full regimen for more than what we test, or for more than what we charge for our DNA test plus your products. So there are 2 options. There are a DNA test plus 3 product kit. That 3 product kit with your DNA test will get you your DNA-based cleanser, serum, and your AM moisturizer, okay? That price for that is $249. No matter which one you sign up as retail customer, preferred customer, or brand representative, okay? And then the DNA test plus 5 product kit is your full regimen, okay? So that's also gonna include the 3 products I mentioned before, but also your toner or your scrub, depending upon what your genetics say, and then your night cream. And that price is $349. So again, like I said, sometimes I've heard of companies doing their full 5 product regimen for that cost. So I think that that's, you know, a pretty smoking deal. And again, remember, it's a one-time test. You'll never have to do this again in your life. We do offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all of the products. If you happen to not like your products and would like to return them, you're very free to do so. The products are about a 2 to 3 month supply, so you do get a good time frame and use out of them. And then once you use up your products, you just order what you want when you need it. We don't require you to order the full kit regimen again, you know, those 5 products again at one time. It's literally just an order as you need. So I appreciate you guys taking some time to listen in on this, and I look forward to hearing all of your exciting stories about targeted skin and how much you love the science and the testing and the report, and as well as our products. And they give you beautiful confidence inside and out. So thank you very much. And I look forward to meeting you in the future. Have a great day.